We're gonna have fun with these Edomites in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a lot of fun with them. We're gonna have fun with these Edomite women too, but we're gonna have fun with these Edomite men in a whole different way than we're gonna have fun with these Edomite women. You know? But it says a total of 7 skulls was found in his apartment, as well as a human heart in a freezer. An altar was also constructed with candles and human skulls in his closet. After being taken into custody, Dahmer confessed and began divulging the gruesome details of his crimes to the authorities. You know, so that's basically what it was showing. That's basically what it was showing in the series. You know, this article is going into a little bit more detail than the series, but hey, it's still crazy. You know, it's still the so-called white man doing what he do. You know, and it says Dahmer was I don't even know how to say the word. Indicted on 15 murder charges, and the trial began on January 30th, 1982. Even though the evidence against him was overwhelming, it says Dahmer pled insanity as his defense due to the nature of his incredibly disturbing and uncontrollable impulses. Following 2 weeks of trial, the court declared him sane and guilty on 15 counts of murder. You know, so this man knew what he was doing, man. This man knew what he was doing. He was in his right mind. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't crazy. It was just in his nature to do it. You don't get mad at a lion for killing a gazelle and eating it, do you? No, so you can't get mad at the so-called white man for mutilating genitals and body parts and eating them, because it's just in his nature. It's what he was made to do, man. You know, it's just in his nature. You know, he's a beast. He's an animal. And it says he was sentenced to 15 life terms for a total of 957 years in prison. In May of the same year, he entered a guilty plea for the murder of his first victim, Stephen Hicks, and received an additional life sentence. And it says Dahmer served his time at a Columbia Correctional Institution in Portage, Wisconsin. During his time in prison, Dahmer expressed remorse for his actions and wished for his own death. He didn't give a fuck, man. He was just ready to die. Hell, he was locked up in prison, couldn't do shit that he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was gonna be locked up for a long time. He wasn't gonna be able to, you know, kill no more. He wasn't gonna be able to have sex with men no more. So hey, he said, fuck it. Hey, I can't do no more experiments. I can't chop no more heads off. I can't mutilate no more penises. He said, fuck it, I want the death penalty. It says he also read the Bible and declared himself a born-again Christian, ready for his final judgment. You're gonna get your judgment. You are gonna get your judgment, my boy. This man is gonna get his judgment. You know, he gonna get the worst judgment. And it says he was attacked twice by fellow inmates, with the first attempt to slice his neck open, leaving him with only superficial wounds. And it says, however, he was attacked a second time on November 28, 1994 by an inmate as they cleaned one of the prison showers. Dahmer was found still alive, but died on the way to the hospital from severe head trauma. So like in the movie, it showed a Jake killing his ass, man. Jake said, I don't want this sick motherfucker under the same roof as me. Then Dahmer was holding Bibles and shit, going to these you know, these Christian church sessions that they have in the prisons. You know, Jeffrey he got baptized. You know, Jeffrey was talking about he was a born again Christian, so Jake wasn't having that, man. Jake went to one of the wards. He went to one of the wardens and asked them, you know, he wanted to know what crimes he was in there for, because at this time he didn't know what crimes he was in there for. But then the warden told him what crimes he was in there for. Hey, Jake was ready to rip this motherfucker in two, man. Jake wasn't playing that shit. You know, Jake could do some shit. He'll go do a drive-by and kill his own brothers, but Jake ain't finna go have sex with no dead bodies and dig them up and cook them and eat their hearts and genitals and shit like that. That's shit Esau do, man. You know, that sick, perverse shit. Jake wicked too. Jake could do some murders, but there's certain type of murders that Jake do, you know? Like the Israelites, man, down there in Mexico, those cartel members, hey, they do some sick shit too. They'll cut your head off, you know, and hang it on the side of buildings and shit like that. But hey, them cartel members ain't eating them bodies, man. They ain't that damn sick. That shit Esau do, you know? Israelites, they cut your head off and hang it from a damn light pole just to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in the basement or in an apartment cooking up bodies and eating them and having sex with them. That's the shit the so-called white man do. That's the shit that he love to do. You know what I'm saying? But like it showed you in the movie, it was a Jake that killed him. You know, beat his head in. You know what I'm saying? Beat that man's head in. And it says, yeah, I think I already read this. Dahmer was found still alive but died on the way to the hospital from severe head trauma. So, he beat that boy brains in, man. It was a Jake, a Judite, or a Levite. It was one of them. You know, so it was crazy. Destruction coming to America. Y'all know that? You know that?
Sorry?
You speak English? Speak English?
Yeah, sure.
Nuclear bombs getting shot over here. All y'all gonna get melted. You know that? World War III coming. Y'all don't read the Bible? A lot of people finna get melted. Anyway, faggot ass Esau. Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. You know, and that's the nature of Esau. He can't rest. He can't get no type of sleep. You know what I'm saying? He can't get no peace of mind unless he done some kind of evil, unless he done some type of wicked act. You know, especially to you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, who are the true children of Israel. He can't sleep unless he doing some type of wicked act. You know what I'm saying? That's just in his nature to be that way. You know? That's just in this man's nature, man. You know, but that's all I had on that article. I'm gonna go into a few scriptures. You know, I'm probably going to about 3 more scriptures and then I'm gonna close it out. Okay, let me see what I'm gonna go into real quick. This is Sirach 10:8, and it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know? And it goes into Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it to follow it. Because we are at the end of the world now. You know, and what nation is ruling the earth right now? You know, it's a so-called white man. He's the one ruling the earth right now. So that lets you know that the scriptures is talking about him. It says Esau is the end of the world. So that lets you know who Esau is. You know, this shit's simple, man. This shit's so simple. Esau is the end of the world, and the so-called white man is the one ruling the earth right now. And the scriptures also say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So that lets you know who the wicked is. You know, it's a clear indicator. You know what I'm saying? So the so-called white man, he's the wicked of the earth. You know what I'm saying? He's Esau Edom. But it says Jacob is the beginning of it to follow it. So Jacob, he's gonna be the beginning of the new world. You know, Jacob is gonna be the beginning of the new world, man, and that's gonna be an everlasting kingdom. It's gonna be the new kingdom. you know, the kingdom of heaven. So the kingdom is translated from one people to another, you know. So that's going to be us. The kingdom, the rulership of this earth is going to be transferred to us. So we're going to be the ones in rulership, and our rulership is going to last for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Our rulership is going to last for eternity, man. You know, you can't really fathom that. But hey, that's just how it's going to be. So once we get into rulership, hey, we ain't got to worry about shit after that. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be us. It's just going to be Israelites ruling. You know, we're going to be kicking these other nations in their ass if they ain't trying to follow our laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, if they ain't trying to live by our rules, you know what I'm saying, they're going to get their head smashed in. You know? And that's just how it's going to be. So that's how you know that the Bible, the Holy Bible is a man's book. You know, it's not for women, you know. It is for women, but it ain't for women, if that makes sense. You know, it's mostly just for men. Written by Israelite men, so they mean that it's for Israelite men. You know what I'm saying? But it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. That's how they did it. You know? Riches got by deceit. You know, they go to these other lands, you know, and saying that they gonna help them, you know, establish their country and make their country better. You know, say that they're gonna bring prosperity to their country. You know, so they give them white Christianity religion, go over there brainwashing them, having them think that the Most High is one of their people, you know, making them mental slaves, man. And when you control the minds of the people, you control them. So they do this, man. And then they put them in debt, and then they go over there talking about terrorism, false flag attacks, just to go over there and start a war, you know, just so they can steal all their resources. So, you know, those are riches gained by deceit. You see? Those are riches gained by deceit. And it says, because of unrighteous dealings. You know, like I said, man, they set up those banks and shit like that and put them in a debt. And now they somehow these countries owe them money, and now they stealing all their land and resources and gold and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the so-called white man, stealing land. You know, what they do to the Native Americans. Hey, they came over here, you know, had the Native Americans teach them all the things that they knew, you know, all the techniques on how to survive, how to hunt buffalo, how to use the buffalo hides to keep them warm in the wintertime, you know. And after they learned everything that they needed to learn from what they do, they broke all the treaties that they made with the Native Americans, and they slaughtered them all. You know, they really tried to exterminate them. They tried to get rid of all of them. You know, they tried to get rid of all of them, but you know, some was still left. You know, that's why you got so-called Native Americans around right now. They tried to exterminate them. You know what I mean? And that's how they try to do all the people, even you Negroes that's here in America right now. They try to exterminate our people too, many times. Hey, but we the Most High people, man. Prophecy gotta come into play. You know, the word of the Lord never go void. So all these our people ain't gonna never cease to exist, man. Especially by this fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? Especially by this fucking devil, man. But yeah, that's what they did to the Native Americans, man. Broke all these treaties that they made with them. And then they, all the treaties that they made with them. It's a scripture that I'm trying to, I think it's in here. Hold on, let me see. It's a scripture that goes into what I'm saying, because they shed all that blood of the Native Americans, man. And somebody gonna have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have to pay for all that blood that they shed. You know? And it's a scripture. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, this it said this is Numbers 35 and 33. And it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this land, America, that's why our people ain't never gonna let go of slavery. That's why our people ain't never gonna let go of what they did to our people, man, because this land has not been cleansed yet. You know, this land is not being cleansed by the blood of our people. This land hasn't been cleansed by the blood of the Native Americans. It's not being cleansed by the blood of the transatlantic slave trade, the Negroes when our people was in slavery. And it's not being cleansed by all the other nations that's being killed here, you know, by these police officers, all the shit that's going on to this day, man. This land is still, the tab is still getting bigger and bigger, you know. So I'm gonna read that again. This is Numbers 35 and 33, and it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So that's the only way that this land can get cleansed, if the people that shed it, you know, they blood got to get spilled. You know what I'm saying? They blood got to get spilled all over this land just for it to get cleansed, and then our people will be able to move on from slavery, you know. And the scriptures say that these Edomites, they're gonna get double. So the Lord, hey, he's gonna destroy this land and all these Edomites that are gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna destroy all of them with nuclear fire, having all these people get melted. And then what's gonna happen to that? Then once we get into the kingdom, we're gonna be able to put these people in slavery. You know, we're gonna be able to put these people in slavery. So hey, they're gonna get double of their cup that they gave us. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful scripture though, man. So this land can never get cleansed. Our people ain't never forget about it unless we get vengeance, unless we get revenge. You know, that's the only way this place is gonna get cleansed. You know, and that was the last scripture that I was gonna bring out. So hey, with that being said, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. You know, Shalom.